It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Namaste and welcome to the Divas That Care Network. I'm your host, Gia-Raquel Rose, owner of Airs Above Yoga, and you're listening to Above the Ground podcast. If this is your first time tuning in, our network is in its 14th year and listened to in over 30 countries. I'd like to personally thank you for giving me the gift of your time. It is an honor to hold space with you. And I'm very excited about today's meditation because it's coming at a time of year where I didn't even have time to really sit down and record this, but I created the time, as in I'm going to be late for something else so that I can actually sit down and do this, because I feel like it is so important for all of us to turn off and tune in. And to that end, this particular meditation is going to be inspired by the winter solstice and the energy of quiet and the energy of what is the shortest day of the year or the darkest or longest night, depending on how you want to look at it, and definitely serves as a reminder of introspection. And a lot of times releasing things that no longer serve is a big theme. I'd like to focus a little bit more on receiving new beginnings, on the positive things coming in for the new year. So with that in mind, keeping the idea of the turning inwards from not a place of where we've come from. So in our last kind of few episodes, in our last meditation, we talked about Shavasana. We talked about turning inwards. We talked about laying down when things get hard and just being able to quiet the mind, quiet and still the body, and really ground down. And I think that's really important before the holiday season commences, or as the holiday season is going through. This is a little bit more of moving from that place of the ending, right? Beginning at the end, Shavasana, the end of a yoga class, that meditation being accessible for anyone if you just want to practice a Shavasana just to ground down and tune in. So that's there for you. Please feel free to check it out. It's on one of the earlier episodes on all the social media channels and also on SoundCloud. But for what we're talking about today, with the new year pending, we're talking about incoming energy. So using this darkest night, using this solstice energy. It happens to just be very, very cold. It's one of the coldest days we've had so far here today. And because of that, kind of using that as that impetus to turn inwards. And meditation is the best way to do that. Yoga is another great way to start to prep the body to receive. And meditation is a wonderful way to prep the mind, body, soul to receive. So thinking about things that may just intuitively come in for you and creating the space to allow that to occur. That's the goal of this meditation. So when you make the time, like I did, not when you have the time or when you wait to have the time, because if you wait to have the time, you're never going to have the time. That's just the nature of life. So to make the space, to create the time, to whether it's an alarm on your phone, whether it is a certain time of day that you know that you're going to set aside for this, whether it's a certain time of week, if it's a new practice and you're just getting started, meet yourself where you are. There is no judgment here. It's a safe space, and we certainly all want to begin a practice of bettering ourselves, but we can't just jump into the deep end. I generally, even myself, have a tendency to reach forward and really try to do too much. So I think I'm not the only one who might be guilty of that. And if that's the case for anybody else, then I suggest that you listen to and create space for this meditation. And so, as I say for all of the meditation episodes that I share, really, I'm not going to leave you hanging. There will be a space of quiet within the meditation. In this particular one, there will be a few different spaces of quiet just to get yourself into that receptive energy. So once you're there, you would be able to hopefully begin to intuit, if you will, where your new beginnings are for you, what you want to focus on, what is the most important thing. And pay attention not only to what comes into your mind's eye, but also pay attention to how your body feels and how you respond to thoughts that enter the mind. So every time we do a meditation episode, I touch a little bit on the fact that the meditation practice is just the art of letting go and detaching from your thoughts. At its base, that's really what it is. A lot of times it's very easy to begin by focusing on the breath. That's one of the quickest and easiest most accessible ways, I should say, for people to begin a meditation practice. Other ways are a mantra. It's easy to just repeat and kind of tune into, whether you choose an affirmation, whether you choose something that might be a Sanskrit like Om. Everyone's very familiar with Om. So whether it's something that you choose, or if you allow your intuition to generate something that you may want to repeat to yourself, that's another way to practice. All of these are just different tools to quiet the mind. But inevitably, especially when you're first starting out, you're going to have thoughts that creep in. Like, for example, I'm going to be late to this event that I have to go to. Or, for example, I have to wrap presents. I'm not done with my shopping. Or I still have to make food. Or I have to take the kids somewhere. Or I have to walk the dogs. Whatever it is that you still have to do with your day, whether it's worrying about work the next day, all of these things are going to start to flow through your mind as soon as you try to quiet it. It's like Murphy's Law. It's going to happen. Let it happen. It's okay. That's the whole point. So if that's happening for you, it's okay. You're still doing it right. And the idea behind it, again, is to become aware that you are not your thoughts and to start to align with your soul, higher self, the universe, source, whatever you want to call it, that incoming, that viewer, that awareness that says, okay, I now recognize this thought. I'm aware of this thought. This thought is not me because I'm aware of it. So if I'm aware of it, it's coming from something else. Thanking the thought and releasing the thought and coming back to whatever it is that you are focusing on for this particular meditation. Like I said, mantra, breath, physical feelings in the body, anything like that. Heartbeat might be one. We've talked about heart openers as being a wonderful thing to practice around the holidays. And so when we come to this meditation, spoiler alert, I'm going to have you place your hands on your heart. And so whenever we place our hands anywhere on our bodies, we draw awareness. And I'm a big fan in yoga when I'm teaching of telling people where to put their hands on their body so they can feel themselves in space. Let's say if they don't have a mirror in front of them or they can't see themselves in space. A lot of times we think we're doing something, we think we're holding a posture correctly, and then next thing you know, our hips are completely misaligned or our spine is totally out of where we thought it was. And the hands will bring the awareness. So especially maybe you might be having a tweak, a twinge, or a pain in a certain posture, or for example, you may have just want to deepen a posture or deepen an experience, and bringing your hands to that area of your body brings your awareness, brings your mind, if you will, also to that area of your body as a focus point. So as we move through the meditation, however you decide to set yourself up, and there are a lot of people choose to meditate in a seated position. Traditionally, if you think of, Buddha under the Bodhi tree, or you think of, yogis, you can either have a meditation pillow. Ideally, the hips are just slightly above the knees, whether you're sitting in a cross-legged position. If that's uncomfortable for you, maybe a higher pillow. If you're sitting in a chair, seated and grounded is generally, I'll say, the most typical or the most recommended. And what's wonderful about it is it actually stacks this mind and align the chakras so that your root chakra is in touch with the earth, your crown chakra is reaching up towards the sky, and it's the typical alignment. Now, some people are not comfortable sitting for long periods of time. So if that's you, or for example, for me, I love to take a shavasana with my legs up the wall. I know I mentioned that with our last meditation. Or if you want to just lay in a shavasana posture, like we mentioned in our last meditation, I'm going to say that whatever calls to you is the position that your body should take, because the bottom line is we want to be as relaxed and as supported as possible so that we're not uncomfortable and taking ourselves out of the meditation. The last thing you want to do is create any discomfort. That is the opposite of the point of this. So when you begin to think about setting yourself up and you think about coming into that place of receptivity, do make sure that your comfort, physical comfort, is the first step in that setting up. So, whether you have a pillow, whether you have a blanket, sometimes when you start to really get into deep meditation, you start to get a little bit cold. So, warm, fuzzy socks on your feet, whether you're in a big old sweater or hoodie, whether or not you have a blanket. And make sure that you begin to set yourself up again if you're in a seated position, ideally on a small pillow so that your hips are slightly above your knees in a cross-legged position. You can come into a bound angle with the soles of the feet pressed into each other and the knees gently falling apart. If that's comfortable for you, if you tend to have wider hips and that's in your practice and you can sit there for hours on end, it's a nice way to keep the spine upright and in alignment. If you need to have a back support, whether you're up against a wall, whether you happen to be in a chair, any way that you can have the spine aligned, tailbone to crown of the head, or be in a reclined position, legs at the wall, tailbone against the wall, crown of the head away with perpendicular legs, or laying fully flat on the ground, toes falling out to the sides, palms facing up at either side in a traditional Shavasana posture. Only in this instance, we will be taking our hands onto our heart. So for this particular meditation, again, whatever calls to you is fine. I will say that because of having our hands on our heart and bringing our awareness to our heart and bringing that awareness to our place of receptivity, and the heart, like I always say, is the bridge chakra between the upper and lower chakras. So creating that connection with your own bridge energy. Your arms might get tired if you're sitting up. So I do recommend taking this position lying down. And so I will say a few more things just of note as I give you some time to set yourself up and just begin to, again, create that space of comfort in the body so that nothing physically is taking you out of your awareness and that you are able to fully be present in your body and with the ability to start to differentiate between your mind and your thoughts and your higher self and your higher awareness, your soul, etc. Again, whatever label you want to put on it that works best for you is fine. Again, zone of no judgment. So setting yourself up comfortably in whatever position works for you, but again, thinking of laying down and having some sort of connection with the earth, some sort of grounding. That is very important for meditation. I like to remind myself and others that anytime you come into a meditation, you want to ground. You want to ground on your way in and you want to ground on your way out. Think of it as, when we talk about Shavasana, we talk about, I always have you come back to your intention, then lead you into your Shavasana with your intention. But use that grounding aspect, whether you want to imagine yourself rooted into the earth beneath you, into a tree, whatever it is, make sure that you have an element of grounding to begin, and we'll come back to the same element of grounding when we come back out. So setting yourself up and beginning to completely relax your breathing. And go ahead and take your hands to your heart. And breathe into your hands. Begin to lengthen your exhales. And begin to feel the support of the ground beneath you. Begin to relax all of the muscles in your body fully and completely into that support. Allow yourself to be enveloped by the energy of the earth beneath you. Allow yourself to be cradled in that energy of Mother Earth. And relax into that sensation. begin to bring your awareness to your hands. Start to feel the energy around your heart. Start to feel your heart beating. Beginning to tune into a connection with the space in and around your heart. And reminding yourself that this space is always available to you. And the more you can tune into this space, the more in touch you will be with your true self and even your heart's desires. And begin to use your heartbeat and the connection between your heart and your hands as the place we ground into as you completely relax your breathing. And with your mind's eye, begin to look down towards your heart. And just begin to allow yourself to see what comes forward. Is there light? Do you see colors? Do you see shadows? Is there something that you hear? Is there a softness in the beating of your heart as you begin to pay more attention to it? Do you feel an awareness Do you feel an emotion? And as you begin to see, hear, and feel your heart, begin to bring your awareness down into your heart space fully and completely. Visualize trusting in the rhythm of the beat of your heart. Feel its steadiness. Feel its strength. Feel its love. And know beyond any shadow of a doubt this is you at your essence, in your truth. You are steady. You are strong. You are true. And now allow the image of yourself standing in your heart to become pure white light. And allow your awareness, the idea of you, to dissipate into your heart so that you are truly one with your essence and your heart space. And now, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? At one with your heart, ask, what do I truly want to receive? What am I opening to? For my highest good, body, mind, and soul. From the compass of the most true space within myself. What gift does your heart have for you? And what promise can you make to your heart and to yourself in return? Trust in what you see. Trust in what you hear. Trust in what you feel. Receive openly from this place of trust and inner knowing. When you have received your gift, begin to see the light that is you inside your heart. Begin to take shape once again. Allow the particles of light to form back into your vision of yourself, standing inside your beautiful, trusting, and open heart. and begin to feel the joy. Whether you embrace your heart, whether you dance happily, feel yourself in this space and feel in your body what this space feels like to you. This is a safe space. This is a space of knowing, of truth, a space of a happy dance with your own heart. A space of gratitude for its steadiness and yours, for its strength and yours, for its kindness to you and your kindness in return. And with thankfulness, begin to watch yourself make your way from your heart back up to your mind's eye. Feel this version of you, whole and complete, filled with love and appreciation. Begin to fill your entire body. First, by feeling your hands on your heart center. And then by feeling your arms supported by the ground. Feeling your body in this state of blissful relaxation. Beginning to deepen your breathing with a bit of joy in each breath. With the knowledge of the gift that your heart has given you. With the knowledge that this safe space of love and support is within you always. And as you begin to bring your awareness fully back into your body, make small, gentle movements, wiggling your toes, gently releasing your hands from your heart, continuing to deepen your breath, and coming back fully into your body as you gently open your eyes. And in this space of relaxation and gratitude, being so grateful, feeling so blissful, and falling in love with yourself just a little bit more with each and every heartbeat. I thank you for sharing this space with me. So please feel free to share this space with your loved ones. And for more love, follow me on all the socials at Above the Ground Podcast, or visit my website, hairsaboveyoga.com. And as always, please give a listen to my other episodes and all of the amazing sisters on divasthatcare.com. Find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Odyssey, Apple, and anywhere else that you feel guided. Again, my name is Gia-Raquel Rose, and you're listening to Above the Ground Podcast, where every day is a good one.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.